Okay, I wanted to put this up here. It's basically about patterns you can notice to tell if two pieces are forkable by a knight. I found it interesting that there were actually 6 distinct patterns that can be used in at least 2 different directions and on different colored squares, of course. Um, so let's go through them. The first pattern is this one, where there's a box of 4 squares in between the two pieces, separating the two pieces, and they're on opposite sides of the box. This one on left, this one on right. This is basically the same pattern on different colored squares, a different direction, and this is the same pattern basically, as well as this and that. Um, Second pattern would be this one. The knight can fork it here and here. Oh, by the way, in the first one, the forks would be interestingly on the other sides of the box of 4 squares, on opposite sides as well on the different color. So it's not that easy to notice. You'll notice that if you can picture a knight in here, it looks almost like a windmill. So I was gonna say swastika, but that sounds awful. Um, the So the second pattern, the knights would be forking here and here, and of course these would be variations of that same pattern. And in this case, knights would be forking here and here, the two pieces. Third pattern would be, let's see, this. Knights would be forking here and here. That's third. So fourth would be where they're 3 squares apart instead of one, and they'd be forkable here and here, and can be put this way. And fifth pattern would be, let's see. No, that's not right. Let's see. This one. This one's the largest one. There's a box of 9 squares, basically a tic-tac-toe formation of 9 squares in between, as opposed to 4. So that's the forking pattern, where the pieces are as far apart as they can be and still be forkable. And here they are. The knight would be at the center of the box of squares to fork them. And let's see. This would be 6, I believe. Yes, the knight could fork here and here. In this case, oh, I forgot that the program doesn't show my mouse move all that well. Let's see. D5, E4 would be the places where the knight would fork. And that would be 6. So I believe that's all of them. Just to double check, have I? Let's see. Mm, yeah, that's all of them. Okay, so the reason I found these useful is because in noticing patterns for use in tactics and solving tactics puzzles, sometimes I would look for them consciously and try to recognize them consciously rather than intuitively. Intuition is better for speedy calculation, but if you really want to know all the tactical patterns in a position that's like hard to solve, it can be good to catalog them, like a rook lined up with queen, 2 enemy pieces lined up with each other in a way where they're not defending each other. And I've actually found knowing these patterns useful over the board. If two pieces look like they're forkable by a knight, like here, I can just say no, that's not one of the patterns I know of. There's no particular box between them, and the only time when there's like 1 square between them is here and here. Um, Also, another useful thing for checking if two pieces that look like they might be forkable is to notice the pieces on the same square, so you can like check same colored squares. So you can notice your knight in the vicinity of some pieces. Let's try this. And well, what are the possibilities for knight forks here? Well, it only works for pieces on the same colored squares, so these three have possibilities for night forks. Where would the night forks be possible? And you notice, well, combining these two pieces, that conforms to the pattern where the night fork's here. And these two pieces, the night can fork here, and these two, the night can fork here. So I just find it useful for checking if pieces in the vicinity of the night and which pieces are potentially forkable by the night. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching.